My wife invited me to her office party, not to celebrate with her, but to make a fool out of me. What happened that night didn't just humiliate me. It shattered her world instead. I never imagined that the woman I'd loved and devoted 8 years of my life to, the one I sacrificed so much for, would one day treat me like a punchline. But that night, surrounded by her polished coworkers and fake smiles, I realized Claire didn't bring me there as her husband. She brought me there as entertainment. It all began months before that night. Claire had just been promoted to senior marketing manager at a major firm. After that, everything about her started to change, the way she dressed, the way she spoke, and the way she acted. She began staying out late, constantly talking about her colleagues as if they were her new family. I didn't complain. I was proud of her success. I was just a mechanic spending long hours in my small repair shop, covered in oil and grease most days. I wasn't as refined as the men she worked with, but I always believed love was built on loyalty, not image. One evening, she mentioned her company's annual gala. "You should come this year," she said casually, eyes glued to her phone. "Everyone's bringing their spouses. It'll be fun." I smiled. "Sure, sounds good." She didn't even glance up. "Just wear something nice, okay? Maybe not one of your work shirts." That line stung more than I let on. I brushed it off, unaware those words would echo in my head for days. When the night of the party came, I spent hours getting ready. I even rented a suit, the best one I could afford. When I arrived at the elegant hotel ballroom, Claire was already there, laughing among a crowd of well-dressed coworkers. The moment her eyes met mine, her smile faded into something forced, polite but distant. "Oh, you made it," she said, giving me a quick kiss on the cheek that felt rehearsed. Her coworkers turned to look at me, some smirking, others whispering. "So this is the famous husband we've heard about," one of them said. He was tall, confident, and standing far too close to my wife. Claire chuckled lightly. "Yes, this is Mark. He's a mechanic." The way she said it, slow, deliberate, almost apologetic, hit harder than I expected. They all laughed, pretending it was harmless fun, but the judgment in their tone was sharp. All night she kept throwing little jabs. "Oh, Mark wouldn't understand that. He's more of a hands-on guy." Or, "Don't mind him. He's not used to these kinds of dinners." Each comment was like a knife twisting deeper. I smiled through it, kept my cool, and tried not to ruin her night. But deep down I was breaking. Then came the moment that changed everything. Her boss, Mr. Reynolds, stood to give a toast, praising the team for their hard work. Claire took the microphone to say a few words. At first I was proud, watching her speak confidently. But then she said, "I want to thank everyone who supported me this year. Especially my husband. He might not know what an ROI or marketing funnel is, but he sure knows how to fix a car engine." The room erupted in laughter. She beamed, soaking in the attention, completely unaware of the humiliation burning across my face. I didn't say a word. When her speech ended, I quietly walked out of the ballroom. I didn't drive home, not yet. Instead, I sat in my car staring at my hands, realizing something. I'd spent years letting others define my worth through her eyes. That night, I decided that would never happen again. Over the next several months, I poured every ounce of energy into my business. I stopped waiting for her validation and started building something of my own. I expanded my repair shop, hired a few skilled workers, learned how to manage and market my services, and eventually partnered with a local car manufacturer. 6 months later, I signed a contract that transformed everything. My little garage became a certified service center for hybrid vehicles, respected, profitable, and known citywide. Meanwhile, Claire's life began to crumble. Her arrogance caught up with her. Rumor spread in her office about her friendship with Mr. Reynolds, the same man who used to mock me. Eventually, he was transferred after an internal investigation, and her reputation collapsed with him. One evening, she came home while I was reviewing business proposals on the couch. Her face was pale, tired, her glow completely gone. "Mark," she said softly, voice trembling. "I messed up." I looked up calmly. "Yes, you did." Tears filled her eyes. I didn't realize what I had. I was stupid. I let people make me feel like you weren't enough. I sighed. "No, Claire. You didn't let people make you feel that way. You chose to." She broke down, crying, begging me to forgive her, to give her another chance. But something inside me had shifted. I'd spent years living in her shadow, chasing her approval. That night I finally understood I didn't need it anymore. "I forgive you," I said quietly. "But I can't stay with someone who only values me when others don't." A week later, she packed her things and left. When the door closed behind her, I didn't feel anger or grief, just peace. A year passed. My business had grown even more. One evening, I was invited as a guest speaker at a local business awards ceremony. Standing on that stage, the same kind of stage where she once mocked me, I spoke not to impress but to inspire. I ended my speech with this: "Never let anyone make you feel small for being who you are. Because the ones who laugh at you today might be the same ones wishing they had your strength tomorrow." The crowd erupted in applause. As I looked out, I spotted her, Claire, sitting in the back, clapping, tears in her eyes. And for the first time, she wasn't laughing at me. She was realizing what she'd lost. That night, I walked out with my head held high, not as the mechanic husband she once mocked, but as the man who rebuilt his life from the ashes of humiliation. Because real revenge isn't about destroying someone else. It's about rebuilding yourself so powerfully that they destroy themselves just by watching.